Hey guys, time for a maintenance video on my ACM 2. It's got a flat. Well, I've had this ACM 2 about a year and a half. About the first one that became available. This was after Gotway converted the ACM to using the Tesla motors, bigger axles and different firmware and such. Still love the ACM 2. But, I suspect I've had flats which have been fixed with slime, but I did have one flat earlier that I had to patch the tire. So I don't know whether the patch blew or something else, but definitely cannot fill the tire with air. So we shall see. I thought I'd make a video, maintenance video. There's a lot of ACMs and ACM 2s out there. Basically, what I'm going to do will apply to any ACM. And I'm sure some of you guys have never replaced a tire or fixed it, so this might come in useful to somebody out there. So standard procedure with all these generation wheels from Gotway. You're gonna have to remove both pedals, and you'll have to remove the side panel, and then unscrew all the screws on the outside shell and do the same thing on the other side. So that's just a bunch of removing screws. There's no hidden screws on the ACM, but there's one kind of a hard to miss screw, and I'll show you that next. Okay, now first thing to note is I took off the panel on the control board side. So if you lay your wheel down with the headlamp pointing towards the right, that'll be the control board side on the ACM. Now I kind of like this way of changing the tire on these Gotway wheels because you don't have to disconnect any cabling to do a tire change. So all you need, so I took off this the side panel, and right here is a screw that you need to remove. This is connecting the two outer parts of the shell together, and there's these other screws that need to be removed, but only on the inside of the shell, only one screw needs to be removed for this operation. And that's it. So I've loosened it. Now what I can do, and by the way, so a year and a half inside of this wheel, a little dusty, but basically nothing in it, nice and clean. Cables don't look stressed. Looks great. So now what I can do is I can put this back, just tighten a couple of the screws in, and that way when I flip this over, you'll see in a little bit I don't have to worry about taping the batteries to keep them from falling apart. Okay, at this point I've loosened up all the screws in the perimeter. I've done the screw inside here, and then I just have to remove the screws on this pedal hanger. Again, I don't have to do anything on the other side. Don't have to disconnect any cables. Don't have to disconnect these batteries. Not going to get shocked over on this side of the wheel. Okay, at this point, hopefully the shell is coming apart. There. And now I'm just going to reposition the wheel here, and I'll just put a couple pieces of tape to keep the battery from falling out, but I can just rotate this over like this and get total access to the wheel and do my work. Now at this point, you're just changing a tire like you are on a bicycle, any other wheel. I'm just using these small metal I forget what do you call these, tire irons. I see slime. I'm probably not going to even take the tire off, assuming I can see what caused this to fail. Yeah, I can see it's what I suspected. It tore at the valve stem. So that's just age. I've had that happen 2 of my wheels so far. M10-3, it tore there too. So that's that. I have another tire. Whenever I buy a new wheel, I make sure I always have at least 1 tube on hand. But first, I always try and patch these. Let's see. I think I think I patched this one. Yeah, here. A double patch, actually. I had to. The first patch wasn't quite good enough, so I patched on top of it, and it looks beautiful. I rode a couple hundred miles with that. So I say patch your tires. I've patched other tires too, the tubes, rather than replace the tube unless you absolutely have to. Okay, let's get the new one in there. Okay, the hardest part is always getting the valve through the hole, but once you get that in there, it took me about 5 minutes of maneuvering the tire to give me the clearance. And just sticking this loosely there, loosen the tire. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add 5 psi, some low level amount, into the tube, just to give it some shape. There you go. Just taking a peek around, make sure it's nice and looks like it's sitting in there perfectly. Now, the trick is to do this without puncturing the tube. Success. Pump some more air into it. Make sure it holds. Looking good. Now it's just reverse of everything I just did, which I don't think I need to show you, so I'll just button it up and show you the final result. Alright, everything's back together, and one last thing I need to do is put some slime in this. I'm a huge advocate of using slime in your wheels. I know it's saved me a lot of headache with flats. It's cheap insurance. So I've done this multiple times in videos, but just do it again for some of you who are not sure how to do it. Empty the air out of your tire. This is a 16-inch wheel, kind of a small 16-inch wheel. So I'm going to put 3 to 4 ounces of slime in this. It's not an exact science, but I think that's pretty good. For wheels like an MSX, I would put a solid 6 ounces in there. And the Monster and the Z10, I have 8 ounces in those wheels. And something like a 14S, 2 to 3 ounces. You take out the core. I'm using a core remover tool. There's a link to this in the description in the video. You need to get one. I like the metal one. Okay, so now I have the slime. Shake it up really good. And again, not exact science, but I can shine a light in there. I can see the level. It's about here. See where I'm at. I'd say it's about 3 ounces. I'm just going to put a little bit more. not much. That's it. Pretty easy. It does not affect the balance of your wheel. I've never noticed a difference before and after. Many other people use slime also. I mean, it's a product it's manufactured. A lot of people use it. It's not bad for your wheel. I have seen firsthand it saved the day. It's definitely worked for me, and I've seen other people too. So that's it. Put the valve core back in. There, about, I don't know, 43 psi, something like that. And the last thing to do is spin it up to distribute the slime. There you have it, guys. Hope this was useful to some of you ACM owners out there. Love my ACM. It's been a couple months since I've rode it, and tomorrow I'm going to ride it with a bunch of guys at Griffith Park. Go for a probably 25-35 mile ride in the mountains. It'll be fun riding this again. Alright guys, talk to you later.